and remember Joe and Wakwabam. First and remain on so Cassiabo so any yatnasi, yet Nasi dinner and some aircos for my gun and more. A fistem, Obima so some, I will cancel moon some in the barber summer, and some a biddy kind of a binisa Yakov 19. Senior high school from Nebi, Dodwan and say, I'm waiting at home, a face, a job for Shemudia, a course so enradan. Saso na yedi eni ebechire mu a e wo dan kwa institute ho omo de nsem bi ababeto abwantene e won sem foforo mu susu no e wo asante mantam mu no omo apete imro aboduro e wo ye edwa kese ni e be ko bi ma so Nigeria e ho so na awe wo sem ni asem kese e so Nigeria bi twa me ho aba na me ba me de nsem be so mo so for that in masakoma anko bia de she konkon. Abusafo na masa mama kwaba e de ba fast and men so e kase bosom enwa dance twafo nhemudi e kosum na nhemudi no asano enam Dr. Patrick Kuma Aboaje SHS eye omaimu adisua senior high school for mecha omono enipa do do mutimi nya yaro ni biru say omo etimi atomo e bit say eye Accra girls na enipa adonu ensia ene nya ebiem saso na ye atoye mantem onipa baako ene nya ebi e wo bono enso so enipa miensa ada technical enipa ensia ene awodo ka ho ochim say de omo etimi atomo omo guso esua omo ade.
Now I think there's the issue of the SHS. I'm just going to talk about two of the regions where we had a high number. I can say for a fact that some of the regions like Kano East had 3 cases overall. They had 1. Western North had only 1 positive case. Most of the regions have very few cases. But for Greater Accra, Accra girls had 51 confirmed positives. 56, they have all recovered and back to school. Accra High currently has just 1 active case who has not recovered. Is still under care and relation center. Of the cases in Adan, of the 10 cases from Adan Secondary Technical, 7 has recovered. Wesley Grammar, no case. St. Mary's had 2. In fact, Wesley Grammar has 6 suspected cases. They have not confirmed, and so they are just in quarantine. And we have Ablekuma, where the Marys, where we had 2 cases who are all recovered. For Ebenezer Secondary School, there was 3 suspected cases, 1 confirmed case, and that case has recovered. So it means that there's no problem in the school. When you come to Okanke North, the Chimota has 7 cases, and the 7 have all recovered. When you come to the Odogono, they had 18 confirmed cases. It's quite recent, and we are waiting for them to recover, but they are all asymptomatic. So of the 96 positives among the Greater Accra schools, which is a large number of schools, which probably account for the 2nd largest population of secondary schools in terms of number, apart from Ashanti region, we had 96 cases and 73 are fully recovered and are back to school. That's in the business. We can also talk about Volta region, where we had 1 case from Maoli girls who is on her 14th day, as of yesterday when I got this update, which means that she's out of school and back to school to work. Dabala Technical had 3 cases. 1 has 1 active case who is also on the 14th day, so she is also going to be, I'm sure he is also out. But that was the 14th day as of yesterday. The rest, Bishop Herman has 17 cases. They are all on their 10th day, or their 11th day today, which means that in the next 3 days, all recover. The good thing, like I said, all of them are asymptomatic. The only few had some mild symptoms that are not moving anything. Maoli School had 25 cases, 10 have moved, all of them have been moved to the assistance center, and we are waiting to see when they recover. We have Abutia Secondary School, 2 confirmed cases. They are on day 4, and the same for Amfuega Secondary. So, of the 49 cases, a significant number have recovered. Like I said, all the other regions have minor cases. And you can see in this last 1 week, there have been very few new cases. I would predicted that after 3 weeks, they are going to have very, very few cases coming up. Honourable Minister, the next station is so what have been some of the actions that we have taken as far as the schools are? All schools have been assigned to health facilities, and health workers are assigned to every school. We have their names, their number, the schools have their names, their number, the district director, education, everything is there, and DHS is working closely with Ghana Education Service to ensure that all safety measures are put in place and are kept in place. The risk communication on safety in school campuses is intensified. We are giving continuous training for teachers and everybody. Outbreak investigation is always on the way, and that's why we're able to pick up positives and quickly isolate them. The psychosocial counseling and support of children and their parents are currently ongoing. PTAs, teaching and non-teaching staff, and trusting, but again, they reinforce knowledge and address fears or anxieties, and mechanisms are being instituted to allow remote contact between parents and wards if need be. And we are isolating all positive cases outside the campus.
To answer so Diane Yedi Remu NDC for Australia. NDC for Australian opinion or Mr. Amos Blessing and the day a year at the thread dear and the Okobo and so Ghana man and himself or Sromoa and there was a thread say I asked for the mama good lejo cuckoo a year a day train Australian I did be 88 memo 4 found dear so and take a bay Ghana man penny on Shen Onka Assembly the mouth.
It is also on record that no EC official was seen or arrested at the private office of our PC. If the officers made any such arrest, we challenge them to make their details known to the EC for them to be punished. Questions, however, still remain unanswered as to who was doing the registration, which machines were being used for that purpose, and onto which system was the supposed night registration feeding on or into. The MPP, particularly Dr. Okoboy, is called upon to note that the people of Lejokuku are already aware of the truth in all issues leading to this senseless invasion of Maxzone supermarket and filling station. The daily impressive turnout at the registration centers, which has sent Okoboy quivering, is indicative of the fact that the people of Lejokuku have a collective agenda to convert the new register into a new president and new MP on December 7th. We are at loss how a once credible institution like the Ghana Armed Forces, made up of men and women with unmatched intelligence, will invade private office of a private citizen at night and claim that a desktop computer is being used to register potential voters.
One several from Monopenny Quancher for that down one is to Richard and Yaba and the Ekasa HSN. And there is some number one and number from Memo, our new HMSN, a Yexika crab baby, or my gun and more ebuno, or Moka Hobi, and any pebby in a couple more, or Mutim Egun, and no orchard able Slimuka, and no crabia in Usa Assembly.
To respond to a despicable video that is circulating about the Dankwa Institute, the government, and personalities associated with the Institute. The video makes wild and objectionable claims that appears to implicate the Institute in a ploy to willfully collapse some banks. We wish to state unequivocally that the claims contained in the video you just watched are false, a complete fabrication and distortion of the fact. Though we do not know the source or the people behind the video, its content is consistent with the opposition NDC's propaganda narrative. And so we'll respond to it as such. The banking sector problems, what this government inherited, and what measure it has put in place to restore sanity are no secret to anyone. A total of 9 universal banks, 23 specialized deposit-taking institutions, 386 microfinance and credit institutions were barely hanging on in 2017 when the government assumed office. Ghana at the time risked total collapse if nothing was done decidedly different from the NDC John Mahama approach to resolve the challenge. Caught in the balance, however, is the deposit customers with the banks, about 4.6 million depositors, thousands of retail, corporate, and institutional investors were caught in the balance. Their monies have been stashed with these banks, and government and Ghana needed to do something about it. We needed, at the time, a bold and decisive leadership that was willing to prioritize the interest of depositors, investors, and the economy above all other considerations. Ladies and gentlemen, unless you are a mischiefpreneur, you know that a willful collapse of banks or financial institutions, as claimed in the video you just saw, is not the disposition of a center-right policy institute like the Dankwa Institute.
Yeni ensema akoso ni eto ansem so de na efisem ene nje kase bo ne ba besomo sonfo na nabna kofo na e ba betena se no de ensem ato aso.
For some of my job, you mama but fast and you run on song, Cassia was so gentle, so fisem, and I need you some of song for Nana Abuna for shame. I remember Miss Anne, Major, so I'm a number so Miss Tim and Jim. I couldn't answer her, said Jim with 7 a fisem nana, I did a brown, a boy, said. And if he's someone say, say, oh, master and party, me say, buying and pay for to make a conversation. And I'm COVID-19, as she a poem in a spray, the David Daddy now, more than say, Jack, see a mono, or mobile hospital, and the massive go ponimo, market, I put over Kumako 300, what's your go my moo, at the telephone, moon, as I say, I'm your to train a moon, a year grass, and some soft for ye, Simon or Simon, and so that is at the said, Aqua Mamma such a didn't say, as I saw, said Jomo.
Esanse yade kodie wo coronavirus eje ne home na eje hini o makon Ghana munti impenifo nso ede anamontuo ene je bebre ele gwakwan mu se na beya yade ano ebebre na afensu no wode je bebre egwakwan mu se obeye fumigation na se obe spray mia bebre se na beya de dom bebre ebo piso wo ho no yade npo ebi wo ho a ebetumi afiri ho entumi no kasei oba eye asante mantamu ha yo oswafo ho simo semensa ede nsemi atodwa actually say ebe the passet mamfo de ohun be hye sa dwumadi a aban eye mu se na be ya edwama hodo na afei mia bebre ti say schools ene de keka ho no betumi spray ho enjemi no kasa de ye spray market makoma 300 ai wo asante mantamu ha eno no akoya ni jesem kase pa na mo no de timamfo eka ne say anka be ya anka omu spray yan kan kire mo ansana dwumadi bi sa aba so na mom no o ha na be ka to say o ochina ye be spray ha eno ntino memedwa eba sanso a na adwadifo ya boka esanse ye woni mon bebre ho a enche na asai enti se na timamfo enso ka na se adwadifo nso ka kire impenifo a ohwema yebetumi spray ye adwadibia ene ne keka ho no enti wrasimo semen sanso ejina mu pa che se bibisa ensi biem na mu no ko bia mfa no ho hyem se na be ya yade no ano bebre ase afiri o man kokko Ghana mu
Zindo man can't say, and red beer, about 3 to 4 more. And yet, this is a announcement said, Chenyam boy, me milk room or mobile spray. And the answer is, I said, the mobile spray, this is a moment, Memenda, not the article, and more spray. They say, I walk of funny my baby woman, and I'm a quack of fun. They say, Mamma, Babby send your man one. I almost say, you spray room, to have no behind the arm milk room. It's the Abani and one you be Yanni to buy the Edmano.
So we are saying nearby, Yaton to my Mrs. Stanso Tonku. Yanto she, and it's a bedria. omo emi store ya si emi store nte se ye hu ne yenye ada se ye nko ana se na ha krampo no ya ka se da ye nya ba bi na ye ni ba bi ye beda.
We are appealing to traders in the various markets that whatever inconvenience this exercise will come out with, they should forgive us. But we have to do this to contain the pandemic. We have to do this to keep our markets clean and tidy. So they should endeavor to shut down their shops or close their shops for at least maybe 2 hours, within which the exercise will have been completed within that specific market.
Say baby podombo shie bia no obo hospital the bebe ma COVID-19 ano ebetimi abrase sounds not the protocols na e ma mpin de kwa kwenu say cost ye use nose masks and hand sanitizers no e ho horo so say the be COVID-19 ebetimi etu ase efi your mind gan mu ye to so e office am na ye ballroom ye free kuma say na say ye kwankran mantem wo na ho na gra mantem pro no ni no ho ya bloshi ene dome o ho na asrafo na police fotima ko bodom pem what you said, the motorbike, a cattle for any money, Jinamo. Then I say, maybe Pilto said the dash back canano, I nose max, or move soon in the white back show, as a near mouse or so, a more pliant, Tigatin, said a bear dash be a narcissus, and they won't go in here, additional version, nose mask.
Passengers and a fate for bebre. Ya omo shed no smacks no omo hu na aba asem ana so mo ho aka dwamu. De tane say omo mpani de hye bebre egu akwamu. Se na be yale yi timemfo anase ye nyina betumi aboy ho ban afri yade kodie wo coronavirus a sabre abaji hini na eji ni din o magru Ghana mu. Eni timpani 4 years say sabre de anu pieto anase huni pieto aye hye me kire no smacks yi. Also bia tumi ehye bi se na be ya ka ono bi mpo kasa ntesu e wona num entumi emma so anase yale bi kura won so entumi emma so na so rakwa say timemfo emfa sa adwumadie ento anamon enti aposifo na fempeni bebre e de omoni akirem e wa abobochi na fe domin ho e won kran pompuni montemu a sabre o makire passengers nipa be 100 a sabre mu ho aba asema de mo kan say e be yanka enja mo na so se na aban ahya to say no smas no on hye bia no emra ene obedi no sa na mpenifo so ekoso enti wudi woni chema mo wahia ene domi a timemfo ena fe nkofo bebre o mompe no smash share bi disa passengers ena fe nkofo bebre achi omo a
Yan cremante no sambre yetimi kwatre Ghana he na ka bebo papa ye ma no smash no bibia e be you say the be COVID-19 ni kan betimi etu ase if ye my crown Ghana mu e be gina we so e di efisem no esi na ye